Welcome to the Void. My name is Emma, and today I have some issues with The Notebook. This was going to be a movie review, but then I just, it could be, this could be definitely a review of something. So grab a snack, grab your lunch, maybe your din-din, sit down, get ready, and just let me share some opinions about Allie and Noah's love story. So, first off, right off the bat, Noah is so enthralled by Allie, meeting her. He didn't even meet her, he just saw her. He went, yeah, I want that. Which, me too, King. I totally get that. But there's a way to go about it without being freaking insane. Hanging from the Ferris wheel after she said no to dancing with you is crazy work. Absolutely fucking bonkers, okay? I can't see it in any light of how this hanging from his death is charming. You know, to me, it's the same thing of when you try to break up with somebody and they say, I'm probably going to kill myself if you break up with me. It's guilt tripping, and I don't think that's a great base for any type of relationship at all. And I get it, she does say, like, yeah, I'll go on a date with you, but then she backs out later, which totally, Queen, yeah, I'm with you on that one. And they go on a blind second date. If my friends put me on a blind second date with a man that I denied twice, I would have no friends. I'd be like, no, we're not friends anymore. Can't do it. Doesn't matter how young we are. Even in high school, if that happened to me, I'd be like, nah, cutting you off. I'm really good at cutting people off. So like, I would have done it. I would have done it. No thoughts. Done it. Done deal. Down. Kind of like on the side with her friend smooching during the movie. I do think that one is funny. I think that there's a haha in there. And they do like bond a little bit, and that grows something that's like a little seed, just sprout or something that like it could have been more, you know? They were just being a little kitty, like I get that. Which also leads them to go on this walk and almost have this near-death fucking experience. By the way, number 2, okay? Number 2, Noah, of near-death experiences. They're trauma bonded at this point. I'll let that pass, them laying down in the streets. I'll let it pass because at the time in the cars or whatever, I don't give a fuck. And you know, since they're trauma bonded besties, they fall in love, I guess. And they smooching, just, you know, sucking on the face the whole fucking time. They're just horny teenagers, what they are. They think it's love, and apparently it is in this movie, and they're just enthralled by this new thing, you know, the thing they've never felt before, so strong and so bright and new and rose-colored, you know what I mean? And also before that, they talk about her strict schedule. This would build her character if we just leaned into it just a little bit more. We hear about it, but we don't see it. I understand it's summertime, but also if she has a strict schedule during school season, she would also have a strict schedule during the summer. That just makes sense to me. And it also makes sense if she has such a strict life and everything's written out for her to go to Noah, who is a little chaotic, a little off the beaten path for her. That makes sense for her to be drawn by that. But show me that. Show me that. Don't tell me that. I have a strict schedule. I have piano, I have dance lessons, blah, 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 blah. I get that. But where is that? Because in the later that we see, in the summertime, she's running in the streets. She's running around with this man, fighting with him, loving on him. Show me what makes Noah so magnetic for her. Why is there no pull for me? There's nothing there that we see anyway. You're telling me this, but you're not showing me. Whatever. I will say, like I said, they do a good job at both Rachel and Ryan showing a good job of just being young and how vibrant it feels, and that exciting chaos feels to be, you know, in love with somebody, smooching all the fucking time. Smooching and fighting. Also, fighting all the time? Fighting all the time. And that's supposed to be romantic because they fall in love? Crazy work, guys. Crazy work. if you guys are fighting all the time, then you guys need to be communicating just a little bit better. And just because you're fighting does not mean you're communicating. The dad finds out that she's seeing Noah, and the dad says, let's bring him to a luncheon. And she accepts. She's like, yeah, why not? So I understand we're trying to see like this drastic way of life if he's like blue collar working and she doesn't come from that. Everyone's like wearing white, like that drastic difference of him not wearing white, right? It would hold so much more weight if his friend, who also has a blue collar job, was not also there. It just loses that substance, that weight to it, to the relationship, because you have the girlfriend and the girlfriend who's rich, and then the blue collar. If they're giving Noah shit, why aren't they giving Finn shit? I'm just really confused by that. But it would make more sense if he was invited. Later, they do hang out, and it's cutie. We love that. Little cutie, and he takes her to the house that he wants to DIY, flip it, And he tells her this sentence.
Do you want to say in this?
Yes, I would.
To me, when he says that, he's opening this door of, and then in between the lines, he says, do you want us to stay together after we leave in the summer? And I feel like she doesn't take it like that, but he's trying to say that. The sex scene, I'm not going to get into it, really cute, very awkward, everyone talks about it, them being nervous, very on point of being new virgins or whatever the fuck. My problem is 2 a.m. 2 a.m. and we're calling the talking cops on your daughter who's missing because she was funneling a boyfriend she had for the summer? You're gonna get mad at her for that? I get that, but like, you're wasting resources here calling the police at 2 a.m. It hasn't even been 24 hours, guys. Like, come on, she's still there. And the whole, like, he's trash, blah, blah, blah. That scene also doesn't hold any weight to me either. Makes no sense. Like, maybe but don't say he's trash. Say he's uneducated, Say he won't give you a life that you deserve. Say he won't provide, because he works $1.50 an hour or whatever the fuck. Give me something that's real. Don't say he's trash, okay? Where's the trash coming from? I don't understand that. And then she goes, I love him, and he runs away, and then they fight, and she gets mad at him because he wants time to think. She gets mad at him because she wants time to think. Girl, get over yourself. I get it. They're young. I'm getting a little too mad about this. Letters, 365 letters for 365 days for a whole year, Really cutie. Mom takes the letters, takes them away. Sorry, spoiler alert. She takes them, hides them, whatever the fuck. And so and then Allie lives her life, finds a little, a soldier man, who comes from Southern money, old Southern money. Old Southern money means that his family had slaves, just by the way. I volunteered as a nurse. In the volunteer program, are you allowed to give out information like that? Because I feel like that's a no-go. Anyway, beside the point. She falls in love with this man. And I understand you can be in love with two different people. I get that, to a degree. Because she was in love with Noah when she was younger. And that's your first love, right? And then years pass, or year passes, or whatever the fuck. I think it's years. And then she finds another guy, and she falls in love with him, and he's perfect for her, right? Okay, here's the thing. To me, The Notebook is a crime to those who cannot move on. They romanticize like this fading first love, and they romanticize cheating to get to it. Like, I will do anything to get to you. There's instances in your life that I would never want to go back to a person I loved when I was 17. That is not the same person I am old enough to not want to do that again. I'm good. Hard pass. Especially with cheating. Cheating? Dishonesty? Yeah, great base, guys. Great base for a relationship. Real good. Damn, what type of counseling today? No, okay, never mind. And then Noah finding Allie in the city was such a great scene, and I would have loved it even more if Allie sees just a glimpse of him walking away, and she questioning, am I really seeing him, or am I just thinking about him even more? because she does mention how she does think about him. She thought about him when she got engaged. I would have loved that to see that turmoil of like, well, I still love this man, but I also love this man. Love to see just a little bit more, because all I'm getting at is that she's cheating. She's cheating. Yeah, no snaps. I get it. House means blah 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 blah. You guys can introspect that as much as you want. Deep dive into that. I'm not gonna deep dive into him fixing the house or whatever. We're not gonna Conrad this right now. If she is so determined to figure out her turmoil for her love for Noah, and she loves her fiance so much, why is she not open with her fiance? Why are we not open? Like, I understand that fear of like, well, he's not gonna understand. That's totally fine, because obviously you're gonna go back to a man you love. Just be honest, be like, hey, I don't think I'm over my first love. I don't think I can marry you. Girl, use some senses in here. You are smart. You went to school. My God. But she mentions to know multiple times that she loves her fiance. But then they both cheat. It's crazy work. Crazy work. Also, what are we doing being romantic in our little boat around the geese, the ducks? Ducks or geese, I don't remember. Ducks and geese. Man, she is engaged. And you're flirting with actions. That is so wrong. Wrong. Red flag. I can't. And then it's raining, and everyone loves this scene where it's like, it's still not over, and he's smooching. What do you mean it's still not over? She's engaged! She's engaged! Anyway, they do the stanky leg together, right? Pants around his ankles, going up the stairs. Crazy work that he did not drop her. And they do it multiple days. Mind you, mistress comes over. She's concerned, but she's like, no, I see why you love her. Whatever the fuck, I don't care. Don't care. Then the mom comes and explains the whole situation. And like, well, I don't want you to fall into what I did, because I love this man. And she goes, shows him this man. She's like, I don't get it. And I don't care. I don't care. Make me care of this film. There's nothing of substance in this film. All these characters are just thin, plain 2D. There's nothing to them. Nothing to them. Have I mentioned that she cheated? Did she cheat? Did I mention that? She cheated? Did I mention that? Because I feel like I didn't mention it. Allie and Noah get together with Webb, and they fall in love, and they have kids and a grandkid, and then now she has fucking dementia. I think I'm just caught up on the cheating part. Like, the cheating part is just awful. Why are we being dishonest? Why are we cheating? If you are so adamant on being in love with this person, then break up with the other one. I don't see how that's such a hard concept to grasp on. I don't know. I'm pissed off. I'm mad again. Anyway, thanks for coming to The Void. I appreciate you just listening to me yap as you eat your little snacky snack, your little din, your little lunchy lunch, or just listen to me yap. I appreciate it. If you liked this one, you can go check out my other videos. There might be something you like more or like less. Give it a thumbs down. Actually, don't do that. Don't thumbs it down. I'll cry. I bite solid. Write in the comments below, what are your overhyped movies that you don't like? Would love to hear them. Any recommendations? Ears are open. Okay? So, I hope you have a great night, great day, great evening, great morning. And I will see you in the next one.